In this video, we are going to learn what it means to say that a number is divisible by 3, how to tell if a number is divisible by 3, and when this is useful. A number is called divisible by 3 if we had that number of objects and could divide them into 3 groups of the same size. Let's think about how many pencils we would have to have so we could divide them equally among 3 people, so that each person had the same number of pencils. If we had 1 or 2 pencils, we couldn't divide them equally among 3 people. But if we had 3 pencils, we could do this. Each person would get 1 pencil. So we say that 3 is divisible by 3. What about 4 or 5 pencils? For example, if we had 5 pencils, we couldn't divide them among 3 people so that each person had the same number. 2 people could have 2 pencils each, but the third person would only have 1 pencil. We say 5 is not divisible by 3. But if we had 6 pencils, we could divide them equally among 3 people, with each person getting 2 pencils. So we say 6 is divisible by 3. What is the next number of pencils we could have that we could divide equally among 3 people? 7 and 8 pencils could not be divided equally among 3 people, but 9 pencils could, with each person getting 3 pencils. So 7 and 8 are not divisible by 3, but 9 is divisible by 3. Let's start a list of numbers that we just determined were divisible by 3. 3, 6, 9. What do you think the next number in this list should be? If we notice that to get from 3 to 6, you add 3, and to get from 6 to 9, you also add 3, a good guess about the next number in the list would be 3 more than 9, or 12. Let's continue the list for a bit. 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. All of these numbers are divisible by 3. Now let's look at the 3 times table. The answers in the 3 times table are exactly the same as the numbers divisible by 3. You can tell if a number is divisible by 2, 5, or 10 just by looking at the last digit. But the way to tell if a number is divisible by 3 takes a bit longer. To decide whether a number is divisible by 3, add up the digits of the number. If the result is less than 10, stop. This is your final result. If the result is 10 or more, add up the digits of that result to get your final result. If the final result is 3, 6, or 9, then the original number is divisible by 3. We call this the divisibility test for 3. This may sound complicated, but an example showing how this works should convince you that it isn't that hard to do. Is 42 divisible by 3? The divisibility test for 3 tells us first to add up the digits of 42. 4 plus 2 is 6. Since 6 is less than 10, we don't have anything else to do except to note that 6 is in the list of the 3 numbers 3, 6, and 9. That tells us that the original number, 42, is divisible by 3. Let's do another example. Is 62 divisible by 3? We first add the digits of 62. 6 plus 2 equals 8. 8 is neither 3 nor 6 nor 9, so 62 is not divisible by 3. Is 78 divisible by 3? We first add the digits of 78. 7 plus 8 equals 15. Since 15 is more than 10, we add up the digits of 15. 1 plus 5 equals 6. Since our final result is in the list of the 3 numbers 3, 6, and 9, the original number, 78, is divisible by 3. Is 157 divisible by 3? First we add 1 plus 5 plus 7, which equals 13. Since 13 is greater than 10, we add the digits of 13. 1 plus 3 equals 4. Since 4 is neither 3 nor 6 nor 9, we conclude that the original number, 157, is not divisible by 3. Is 2763 divisible by 3? Well, first we add 2 plus 7 plus 6 plus 3, which equals 18. Since 18 is greater than 10, we add the digits of 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9. Since our final result, 9, is in the list of the 3 numbers 3, 6, and 9, the original number, 2763, is divisible by 3. Let's summarize what we have learned in this video. A number is called divisible by 3 if we had that number of objects and could divide them into 3 groups of the same size. To decide whether a number is divisible by 3, add up the digits of the number. If the result is less than 10, stop. This is your final result. If the result is 10 or more, add up the digits of that result to get your final result. If the final result is 3, 6, or 9, then the original number is divisible by 3. One time when it is very useful to know whether a number is divisible by 3 is when simplifying fractions.